Nevertheless, of course, project financing is project financing, no matter where you go in Europe or abroad, it looks more or less the same. The question is, of course, how to come there, where we need to come. But, of course, we need to consider certain specifics here on each market, and this we do, of course, with the help of our local colleagues here and the dedicated team here in renewables. What comes to project financing, yes, how we support the developers, I think we heard it already a couple of times already in the first panel that quality of the projects is essential. And at the end, this is what makes projects bankable at the end. The quality is related on the one hand, of course, on the permitting side, on the project rights, they have the necessary quality, and of course also on the project contract side, having reliable contractual parties, being EPC contractors, O&M contractors for the operational period, and as well, of course, the offtake strategy, which contracts do we have and with which quality, and which risks are staying behind having a PPA, having any trading contracts, balancing contracts, and so on. So this is actually the main topic and the challenges, and we are trying, of course, to support the developers, discussing with them, even sometimes in a earlier stage where the projects cannot be still financed, but staying in touch with them, discussing about topics and helping them indeed getting there, that anything that they do, the whole development is bankable afterwards when the time comes.
Do you require a PPA to get financing?
It is good to require a PPA. Unfortunately, it's not always possible to have a PPA in a project. For sure, large-scale projects, it's much easier to obtain PPA in the long-term PPAs. For sure, colleagues from ENGIE can tell also a bit more about their appetite, what kind of projects are for them. But we see a lot of smaller projects as well, which have difficulties indeed to obtain PPAs, and even on a longer term, talking about 10 years PPAs or something. And that's why such projects that definitely need to be built, and we are happy to support also these ones. We need to find solutions how also such projects that cannot obtain a long-term PPA to be realized, and look for solutions also on a merchant basis indeed to make such projects possible.
How does an ideal financeable project in renewable energy look for ProCredit Bank in terms of size? Do you have a maximum size that you finance? Do you go into ventures with other banks for larger projects? What's your model?
Yes, sure. Basically, probably worth mentioning, ProCredit as a group is coming from the micro and SME financing. So actually, our core business was dealing with the smaller ones, not with the big players on the market, and doing this very successful. And by now, indeed, we are approaching in the meanwhile our 1 gigawatt of finance projects on a group level. And
how much of that is in Romania?
In Romania are a bit more than 50 megawatts.
50.
Exactly. And the market is maturing now. We've seen the very strong movements of the market here from last year, where the developers started indeed approaching us and start discussing with projects. And as we see, development takes time, sometimes a bit longer than actually expected, and this is more than normal, unfortunately, that permits are delayed or issues arise that need to be solved, and so on. That's why It takes time until the bank indeed is involved deep in the project and then start disbursing loans. There's a lot of work to do. And now from this year, we see exponentially indeed growing the portfolio and the interest in financing. We get on a daily basis new projects presented to be financed, and how many of them will materialize, we will see. Of course, we will go deeper into discussions and see indeed how fast the developers manage indeed to reach the ready-to-build phase, but the ready-to-build phase that we also understand is ready-to-build.
Correct. How does Romania compare to the other Balkan countries where you have a presence in terms of attractiveness, financing costs, risks?
I would say Romania at the moment is the hottest market among the ProCredit countries, indeed. And a couple of years ago, until last year, was Greece the market, and in Greece we have indeed the biggest renewables portfolio at the moment. But markets are going and coming. And we saw it also here. Romania was held also together with Bulgaria and the Balkans around about 15 years ago. Now Romania comes again, and hopefully without retroactive measures as this happened before. But in any case, now is Romania indeed the hottest market here in Eastern Europe. And for sure, other countries will come as well. The signals are here.